Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Hi, I'm Melissa Tan from Singapore. Thanks for tuning in. Today is my day 3 of my 10 Days Go Live series. And it's actually a continuation from yesterday. I actually posted a survey question that I, required, not really required, but I asked for your help to participate in answering this question, which is what is that one thing that you think is impossible in your life to achieve, right? Basically, what is your dream and why do you think that is impossible? Okay, my options I have were A, to live a laptop lifestyle and to travel the world, or B, quit your current job and be your own boss, or is it C, own your dream home and have time for your family and friends? So before I actually go into the results of the poll, I just want to briefly discuss the options A, B, and C, and why I kind of like pick these three options as the responses for you all to pick. So A, living a laptop lifestyle and travel the world. So that simply means that you use your mobile device or a laptop, and using an internet connection, you can actually earn an income, through online. And with that, you're basically free to travel the world and work whenever and wherever you want, because yeah, all you need is your laptop, right? And I picked that because nowadays, this generation, we have okay, besides the pre-pandemic, we had this all of us like to travel and see the world. More and more people are traveling, so it is one of the things that we like to do, but most of the time we are unable to do it more often because we're all stuck. We're all desk bound or we have jobs. So the most we can take is like a 3 to 4 vacations a year. So I put that there because I know that a lot of people like to travel. Also, not for the young ones, but also when we grow older, our parents age as well. I put that there also because um, when most of us are moving around the world to we migrate or we work overseas. Yeah, so that kinds of changes the family dynamics. But as we grow older, our parents get older as well. Some of us would really want to go back to our hometown to be able to look after our family. And but of course, looking after our family means that we also need to have some sort of income, right? So living the laptop lifestyle will allow you to work wherever you are. So if you need to go back to visit your aging parents, or to help a family member in need, I know a laptop lifestyle would definitely be suitable for that kind of situation. That's why I chose that as one of the responses. For B, quit your current job and be your own boss. I picked that as a response because so many of us actually dread the whole dragging ourselves to work, you know, dreading the whole alarm clock situation every morning, being in the office from 9 to 6 or even more sometimes. Sometimes it's just for me it's not fulfilling to kind of work for someone building someone else's dream anymore. So, and be your own boss means you're free. You're able to follow and do what you're passionate about. If you're passionate about helping people, volunteering, you'll be able to do that without having the stress of work, office politics, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's why I picked B. And then C, own your dream home and have time for friends and family. Well, I picked that because uh, having a home is very important. It's one of the things that a basic necessity that all of us need. And also time. So time is everyone has the same amount of hours in a day. But if we are always so busy, then we will not have enough time to spend with our friends and family. So yeah, so that's the three options I given, and the majority of you actually chose C, which is you think it's impossible to own your dream home and have time for family and friends. I personally will also kind of pick C. At least I will tend to lean towards C, which I think is kind of impossible back then, right? I'm thinking positive. So why do I say that um, owning a dream home? I mean, why would you think that owning a dream home is impossible? Well, mainly because owning a home, or yeah, not only just a dream home, but just a home, a basic home, is expensive. Buying a house is actually one of the bigger ticket items that a person would actually uh, buy. in their lifetime. So in your lifetime, on average, people will buy a house once or twice in their lifetime. So I definitely understand why owning a dream home is you would think is impossible because it's expensive, and putting the down payment requires cash. So you will need a lot of money, and thereafter you will have to have money to make the monthly repayments to basically the mortgage, right? So you settled the first step, which is to put down a down payment for a house, and next you have to pay for the monthly mortgages. So yeah, definitely understand why you think that is impossible. And also the having time for family and friends. I kind of put them together because in a home is where the family gathers, especially for people like myself. I have family. So a home is really important because that's where I will raise my kids. That's where we'll be building memories. And of course, a dream home would definitely be something that we will all want, not just like home, but a dream home. We should all strive to have a dream home because then we'll be happy living there. It's supposed to be like our sanctuary, right? So yeah, so owning a dream home and have time for friends and family. So understand why. And I just want to share that one thing with this business is the potential of this business. It actually allows us to, not just us, but those people who, the business partners who are actually already in this business. um Let me just share with you. Actually, most of them are actually able to meet to live their dreams. Actually, so for A, B's, and C's, we actually do have people who are living the laptop lifestyle. They quit your job just because of this business, and many of us have bought our dream homes and quit their jobs and have time to spend with their family and friends. So that's what's so amazing about this business, that it actually has the potential to let you achieve your dreams, your goals, so to speak. Yeah. Well, before I end this Go Live for today, I want to thank all of y'all who have participated and given me your responses. I really, really appreciate that. Right. And for those who have stayed thus far, I actually have a surprise, a bonus for you that I've prepared. I got a slide. So if you can see here, right, I've got some pictures. All right, this is actually for yeah, just to make the whole presentation more visual, because as a business analyst, I have to come up with lots of reports and presentation slides. So this is actually quite natural for me. I have to have something more like a visual presentation. So actually living a laptop lifestyle, this is how I would imagine it. Like you work wherever you want. You travel to your favorite destinations and you just open your laptop and work. I put up a picture on Facebook, the Facebook of Kara and Nate, because I kind of follow them, but they're just this couple who travel, and they journey down their travels on Facebook. They vlogs basically, and yeah, I really like watching them travel the world and their chemistry as a couple. Definitely one of a couple goals kind of thing to travel the world and documenting it down in a video. Yeah, so that's how I would imagine a laptop lifestyle and travel the world to be, right? And then secondly, be your own boss, quit your job and be your own boss, right? So yeah, just some pros and cons of doing your own business versus having a job. So for example, here, if you have your own business, you have unlimited earnings. The sky is the limit. The harder you work, the more you earn. And you have your own schedule. You get to decide for the week what you want to do. And a lot of risk. Yes, that's one thing. I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing, right? Taking a lot of risk might not be a bad thing. Like they say, if you the higher risk, the higher return, right? So as opposed to having a job, you have limited earnings. Your value is basically determined by your paycheck, right? So you could be creative, but sometimes due to job misplacements, you could be in a certain job where um, you're not able to contribute that much because maybe you don't really have the skill, and therefore you are not able to how do you say, draw the earnings that you actually deserve. Okay. Working on schedule. So yeah, everyone knows the whole 9 to 6 or 9 to 5 schedule, Mondays to Fridays. You're basically desk bound, stuck to the office for that time. Almost no risk, yes. having a job is so-called comfortable. You know, you have a job, but you know what? These days, even having a job is risky because it's not secure. You may be able to, you do not know when you will lose your job, basically. So there was this saying that's always in my mind. You know, you can love your job, but don't love the company, because you do not know when the company will one day stop loving you, right? Okay, and finally, bonus presentation slide here, my dream home. Okay, so for all of you who are tuning in, this is something that I have on my visual board. My dream home. So it's basically, yeah, a nice tropical bungalow, you know, with swimming pool, lots of glass windows, French windows. So I love those. I love greeneries, you know, I love plants. The picture on the left is actually a greenhouse. You know, you might be thinking why I'm crazy to have a greenhouse in a tropical environment. You know, we'll probably all die of humidity, but no, you know, it's supposed to be air conditioned. You know, in Singapore, everything, you know, aircon rules. So that's how I envision my greenhouse to be, cozy and air conditioned, just like the gardens by the bay. So I'll be able to keep my perennial plants. Yeah, I would love that. Yes. Um, yeah, and swimming pool. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people, when you think of your dream house, you'll be like, you know, bungalow, swimming pool, and all that. So yeah, that's my dream home that I'd like to share with you. Okay, I guess that's all I have for you all today. I had fun, like really, I had fun sharing with you my dream home, and also, of course, the different responses that all of you have given. Thank you so much for participating. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, 8:45 a.m. Singapore time, and we will go through with, I'll share with you more um, tomorrow on my transformation, and also the potential of an online business. Thank you all for watching. I wish you all a good day ahead. Take care, stay safe, right? And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye.